The weekly breakdown.
Yeah.
Tyler, Keith, we're here with a lot of shit to talk about this week.
We got 2 weeks worth of stuff to catch up on.
We do. There's a lot of good stuff: video games, movies, TV, and music. So we're gonna have a
it's gonna be
good show.
It's all firing on all cylinders this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Might as well just start diving into it.
Do you just want to start with the sad news? Might as well get the sad news out of the way.
Yeah, let's get sad news out of the way. Starting at the top here. Very tragically, Stan Lee has passed away.
95.
95
which is
years
still
old.
like...
To be quite honest with you, I did not know he was that old.
I knew he was up there. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he did look good.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part. So it's like, yeah.
Right. So he, Stan Lee created so many of the Marvel characters that you love.
Spider-Man,
or co-created,
X-Men,
whatever.
They're probably the two big ones.
Fantastic Four, didn't
Fantastic Four, yeah.
And I thought he did Daredevil.
Yeah.
He did Daredevil as well. And so, I mean, he's done so many characters. I mean, he practically co-founded Marvel.
Yeah.
Way back in the 60s. So, I mean, talk about a guy that literally, to me, changed the world.
Yeah, I mean, he's like...
You could say that.
Responsible for much of the last 50 years of pop culture.
Exactly.
I mean, especially even just the last 10 years with the MCU, definitely.
Yeah.
But even before then.
And I mean, yeah, they're fictional characters, but talk about like having an impact on somebody's life. The like meaning that a character like Spider-Man or Iron Man could have to somebody as a kid growing up. Like this guy helped affect so much of that.
It was just a lot of things like, Peter Parker was like kind of the first and still one of the very few superheroes that, is an everyday guy. Everybody can... In his stories are like, he's got to make rent. You know what I mean? So it's like they make it super connectable. And the same thing with like the X-Men. The X-Men's all about discrimination and like it's an allegory for like discrimination and like racism and, things like that. And it's, good stuff.
Yeah.
It's some of the best writing and characters just in comics, period. I mean, definitely with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's up there probably only number 2 or 3 to Batman and Superman, really.
Absolutely.
Those are the only people who are... Yeah, that's like it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, I mean, talk about... he helps himself creates a ton of these characters and properties. And now look at the dominance of his properties in the film industry right now.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing even remotely close to Marvel movies.
Yeah, like in terms of just sheer success.
Yes. Yes.
Like, man.
It's crazy. I mean, I think it'll be very hard to find and have somebody with the impact of someone like him in the entertainment industry ever again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So.
And apparently he already filmed his Avengers 4 cameo, so will be the last time we see him.
Is it? Or have they said anything about Spider-Man? I feel
yeah, man. I would imagine
they've been done filming Spider-Man for a few months now, so I mean, I could see them getting him doing that. But I mean, it's the only one that's confirmed is Avengers 4, which then I immediately assume confirms Captain Marvel as well.
Yeah,
I would immediately imagine that, but. I mean, he's been like his cameos go all the way back to the 1980s with like I think the Incredible Hulk in the 1980s was like the first one, and he's even in he was in Teen Titans Go to the Movies, like he had a cameo in that. He's not even he's a Marvel guy, and then he was Big Hero 6.
Yep.
I'm just it's also just like having that, which I mean, it's just such fun little things. You know what I mean?
Agreed. I'm just looking really quick if I could find anything on Spider-Man. Yeah, he did Captain Marvel. He did Avengers 4, but it's unknown if he shot a cameo for Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay, which is I mean, yeah, it's whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be such a fitting last one
Absolutely.
for him. But
Absolutely.
Probably have one in Dark Phoenix if they're done filming. I mean, they've theoretically been done filming that forever, even though that movie keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah. Who knows on that one? There's one more thing I want to say. Yeah, but I mean, how cool would it be though if Avengers 4 he was that mid-credit scene maybe or post-credits or something like that. I don't know. Just a real stinger.
I know the internet is abuzz with rumors of the fact that they could using computers. I mean, there could still be Stanley cameos. I don't know how pertinent it would be, but it's like
I don't know on that one.
Yeah, it's a little weird, kind of like how sort of unfortunate time-wise, them having a young Leia in Rogue One when that happened, just literally literally right almost within like 2 weeks of when that happened. So it's like oof. But
yeah. Rest in peace, Stanley. Very sad indeed. You know, very just like we said, the amount of lives he affected, amount of things he affected for pop culture like we know it today. Just unbelievable.
It's unrivaled.
So, anyways, let's
on to the happy stuff. Well, happier stuff.
Yeah. Let's stick with movies and TV.
Okay.
Speaking of Disney,
yes,
right?
Yes,
Marvel, Disney. We learned about a little bit more about Disney's streaming service. It's going to be called Disney Plus.
Yep. And
it will launch in late 2019. They confirmed 2 brand new shows that are coming to the platform. Rogue One Star Wars prequel series announced for their service.
About I'm forgetting the character's name, but the
Cassian Andor.
Yep, Cassian. Yep, because because I mean, why not?
Yeah,
one of the more interesting characters from that movie.
Yeah, and Diego Luna will be coming back
awesome.
For that one. What did they say? Disney said the prequel will be a rousing spy thriller that will focus on espionage and dangerous missions to help restore hope in the galaxy, taking place during the Empire in the years forming the rebellion. Series will go into production sometime next year.
Okay.
So, I think this could make for a very interesting series, I will say. I'm not sure if it's anything anyone was asking for Star Wars wise.
Yeah, it's...
We know his story.
Yeah.
In a way.
In a way. I mean, there's like one line in Rogue One where he's like, I've been a rebel all my life, which is like kind of exploring that. But it's like, yeah, I mean, who knows? They could... I've learned to not doubt anything Disney / Star Wars / Marvel does anymore, because it's just like, it'll probably be at least to some degree of good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, you and I still fall on the side of we like Star Wars still.
Yeah.
And we're not just fucking everything they do is total fucking trash now. Like a lot of people are post Last Jedi. It's funny to me. You know, we watched Solo and we were like, it's good, you know, better than we thought. Yeah. You know, not the greatest Star Wars movie, but it was fucking solid. It's so funny to me to see all these people, when Solo came out, they're like, fuck this garbage, I'm not watching it, I don't care about it. You know, Disney's ruining Star Wars. And now they're all like, Solo's pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. It's literally how every movie's happened.
It's like, okay.
Force Awakens comes out, people are like, it's just a New Hope done again. And then Rogue One happened. They're like, you know what? Force Awakens is alright. And then The Last Jedi happened, and literally the next week people were like, yeah, but you know what? Rogue One wasn't that bad.
Rogue One might be the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
like something like
nobody. Like, I haven't heard anybody flip around and be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe. Well, people already thought The Last Jedi was good, but it's just like, Star Wars fans are weird, man. But
yeah. Anyways, so it's going to be happening going along with the Star Wars The Mandalorian, which I believe that is supposed to come out in 2019.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if they're launching the service late 2019, because that's when that show is going to be ready to roll.
With a bunch of a good bit of star power with Pedro Pascal.
Yep.
You know, Oberyn Martell, and I forget her name. It's the chick from the first Deadpool, Ajax's tough lady.
Yeah. Yep.
She's also in that. I forget her name. She's like a former MMA fighter, which I'm like, oh, cool. Why not? And then with like the good list of just like solid people directing those things, that has a lot of good potential. Pedro Pascal is like a great sleeper actor. Yeah. That like he's great in everything he does, but you don't really hear people talking about him.
Yeah.
Even on like was it Narcos on Netflix? He's in that, which is I haven't seen that, but I've heard nothing but good things, especially about him. I mean, usually when you talk about him, that's for one of the ones that comes up immediately. That in Game of Thrones, but
right. I'm looking forward to that show. That, and then this other thing, there will be a Loki TV show. They have confirmed that is happening, and Tom Hiddleston will be in it.
All right. So now, I mean, if half the rumor is true, so maybe that means at some point the Scarlet Witch one might actually happen. Who knows? That was the other.
They didn't confirm that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the other half of the rumor, because it was like a panel that the two of them did where they were just talking about stuff. So, but yeah, sure, why not? People love Loki. Why not? Because he's dead.
To me, this is a genius fucking idea.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Tom Hiddleston is. He's my favorite.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and he's obviously a massive highlight of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
all the movies, and so to bring back him in a TV show, I think that'll drive a lot of subscriptions.
Did they say whether or not it's a live action show?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know, because when I had first heard this, I was like, is it like going to be like a cartoon? I mean, that would still maybe be cool with like to get the people actually voicing them, but but live action would still be cool, especially because like it's a Thor thing. That's going to be well, granted, Disney has money, so never mind. I was going to say that's going to be an expensive show to make, but Disney's got money.
All these shows are going to be expensive to make, but all three of them, I'm like, motherfucker. Like, not another subscription service. But all these things sound so interesting to me. Like, I really, really want to see them.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay, you got a year before you have to make any sort of commitment like that.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, those were the big things for Disney's new streaming service. We'll see what happens when that launches.
Probably, they'll probably have so much for that when it comes out. There's no way that they haven't been... already working on stuff secretly and have stuff planned out. Yeah. I mean, isn't it that Star Wars Fate of Guardians of Fate? No, what's that called? There's like some cartoon Star Wars thing that's been like out for a while, but that they're going to put on there. I mean, also Clone Wars Season 7 is going to be huge, because I know a lot of people love that show. So
it'll be huge.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Just sticking really quickly with, Disney, Marvel, Star Wars stuff. Finished Daredevil Season 3.
Oh, okay.
We haven't talked about this since I finished it. I'm going to say this. This is, to me, of course, the best season of Daredevil. The best Marvel Netflix season they've done.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with you. It is
so
really
fucking
good.
Well done. It is so unbelievably well done to me. I could not... Watching it, I'm like, I cannot believe how good this is.
There isn't that mid-season lull, really. It's not as bad. Like, there's still stuff happening. Like,
correct.
The big fight in the Daily Bulletin happens in, like, episode 6. Awesome. And the next episode, normally after that, there's, like, an episode where it's like... But it's still, like, episode 7 was pretty good. Yeah. Also, Nadeem is a fantastic character.
Yes.
Especially towards the end of the season when he kind of grows a pair.
Yep.
Is awesome.
Yep. And I loved it. I loved Fisk in this. Fisk is undeniably the best villain in the MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, the argument, obviously, I think, can be made for Thanos. Definitely. But something about Fisk is just so killer. And, how manipulative he is, and how you don't like Vincent D'Onofrio is so fucking great in this role
Yeah.
because Wilson Fisk is a very manipulative guy, and you don't truly know what he's thinking all the time because he doesn't express anything.
Yeah.
And Vince is so good at doing that. I was blown away by that.
I love all that. I love Bullseye. Did a
good.
really good job with him. He is a hokey character in the comics, and they made him cool and like a threat. I like Matt's whole journey, especially compared to like season 2.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of, especially because now he's kind of become like the Punisher, where he's like, I gotta kill Fisk, and then that 3-way fight scene.
Oh my god,
awesome!
That was so good.
There's a lot of good stuff. Like there's the 11-minute hallway fight in like what was it, episode 5?
Some 4 or 5, one of them. That was like all like a single shot too.
It was fight scene, dialogue scene, another action scene, and I'm like, how do you do this? Because I heard like apparently they worked for like 12 hours on the hallway scene from season 1. I'm like, how long did this take?
Dude, if Charlie Cox does not get nominated for an Emmy, like they fucked up, man. Because it's really good. Foggy's really good in this too, and I enjoyed Karen as well. Probably a little bit less than everybody else, honestly.
She was good. I like the backstory stuff. That stuff was cool. I mean, I don't know if it needed to be the majority of the episode like it was, but
I started watching the episode. I'm like, all right, I don't need this right now. But then it did get interesting. It did relate in the end. But yeah, I don't know if it needed.
This is also like a superficial thing. I'm glad they didn't try to force anything between Matt and her, because her and Frank all the way.
Yeah,
that's like.
But like the just tense relationship between Foggy, Matt, and Karen throughout the entire season was just perfect.
Yeah,
and I liked how this show really didn't focus on Matt all the time at all.
Yeah.
There is chunks of time where he is not on screen.
A lot of time on Fisk, a lot of time on...
Like, everything was very thought out, and I felt like had a meaning to it, you know?
I mean, I'm fine if this is the last Daredevil season.
Me too.
The only thing, literally the only thing which I guess they put in specifically in case they do decide to do another season was there wasn't ever like a moment where they confirmed or denied whether or not he's done being Daredevil.
Yeah.
So that's kind of left open enough that like if it's done, then it's like, oh yeah, he's done being Daredevil. But if they want to do something else, I just don't know what you do.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm of two minds of it. One, I want more Daredevil because it's so fucking good. And I love these characters. Two, I don't know what you do. I don't know how you top the season. I don't know how you top Fisk as a villain.
I had an idea for how they could use him again, and it was sort of my like rough pitch for if they ever ended up doing one more thing in the Defenders with with these group and not just have like a new team. I had like this cool idea where like because probably Frank Castle will become a full-on vigilante in Punisher season 2. Vanessa tries in Bullseye try to take over Fisk's thing. He accidentally kills Vanessa, and then Fisk's just like, no power games. It's just going to be a war, and it's just I'm like, that could be cool.
It could be neat.
But it's like, because especially all the characters are in such weird places after their last seasons. But that'll probably never happen. So that's more of just like a wish. But
it might be my favorite like TV show I've watched this year, and that final episode of New Napkin was so fucking good. And my favorite moment, I mean, I'll put notes in, we've been talking spoilers this whole time, so fuck it.
Yeah.
My favorite part was right at the end. Daredevil beats Fisk, and he is just screaming in his face of like, I beat you, this city beat you, whatever. I was like, wow. Like, what a fucking performance. Gave me chills watching it. I was like, this is so good.
I forgot how much I just love the season 1 costume. I like it better than his regular one. It's so just perfect. Yeah, and then I also like the tie ropes, just so you could punch and beat the shit out of everybody hard. I'm like, That's right, Matt.
Also,
you kick ass.
my balls felt weird when Fisk broke Bullseye's back.
I was like, ow.
Brutal. Made me want to cry. I'm like, that's not nice, dude. Oof. I mean, I'm all for beating the shit out of somebody, but that's too far.
Like, he decapitated a guy with a door.
I know. I'd rather him do that than break the guy's back. At least the dude's dead.
You know what? Fair enough. Very much fair
like,
enough.
He's laying there like, I can't move. Like, fuck.
Oh, God. So good.
Brutal. Yeah, Daredevil Season 3. I highly recommend it. I just couldn't get enough of it.
I love it.
It was great.
I love it. I mean, that's why I finished it in like 3 days, because I was just like, this is so
I
good.
wanted to finish it way quicker than I did. I just wasn't able to. And then I watched episode 11, then I came home. I'm like, I need to finish this. I don't really give a fuck what else happens right now. It's good.
Yeah. Minor note, I mean, it's just a very small thing. It doesn't, need really any sort of conversation. They've revealed the month that Game of Thrones is coming back, which is just April of next year, which is
kind of where everybody thought it was
right where everybody was like, yep, April. So coolio.
Yeah, look forward to
that. We can stick with the TV and movie stuff.
Yeah,
let's do
talk about AMC.
We're gonna talk about AMC. I mean, again, it's another shorter-ish thing.
Yeah. So AMC has announced a whole bunch of stuff and stuff and things. First of all, let's talk about this, because then it leads into what we'll talk about. The 5th episode, the 6th episode is aired, and the 7th will air by the time you're probably watching or listening to this. But the 5th episode of The Walking Dead of season 9 was the final episode for Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes, which quite honestly is, someone has watched all the seasons of The Walking Dead, an event.
It's a very
certainly
very fitting thing.
Yeah.
I loved all the callbacks that were in there. Mm-hmm. All the stuff with it's common knowledge now with Shane and Sasha, and I'm not gonna lie, it hurt a little bit with Herschel. Because Scott Wilson dead. I'm like he turned around and he goes, "Hey Rick," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, oh God, no."
That was my favorite one for sure. It was a well done episode, and quite honestly, probably one of the best episodes they've done in the show.
Yeah, ever. It's overshadowed by the whole Rick thing. But I thought the scene between Maggie and Negan was really
unbelievably good.
Like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, you know what?
Great actor.
You know what? Good on you for not killing him.
Yeah,
because he's amazing. Yeah. He's just awesome.
In the beginning, they were focusing on what's her fucking name? The trash chick.
And I never
liked her. Jadis, yes. I never liked her character at all. I'm like, this is Rick Grimes' last fucking episode. You're gonna focus on this bitch? Like, no offense to her as a person. Yeah. Just I hate her character.
Yeah, the character's
the writing for that character is awful. And I'm like, you're gonna focus on that. It all comes together at the end. Rick does not die. I fully expected him to die.
I did too.
But he does not. He goes out in a incredible way to me.
I saw that before I did. Like after the episode happened, I was just like, I'm gonna watch it anyway. And I saw that sequence, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's awesome,
really good,
just the whole thing.
And I think having certain characters there, seeing what Rick was doing to save all of them from this just massive horde that was about to walk on all of them. Mm-hmm. Like Maggie and Daryl especially, because they were the ones that were like, we gotta get rid of Rick or do whatever. I thought that was good because it was kind of like a shit sort of moment. Maybe we should have thought about this differently.
Like that, like it was one of the things that kind of like, again, because of TV pacing, how TV shows work. I wish the stuff in from the previous episode in the pit. Mm-hmm. I wish that would have gone on a little longer, because I was genuinely interested to see is Rick going to change his mind? I mean, he might. I mean, Daryl kind of won the argument. Yeah, I would definitely say. I didn't hate his character as much. I'm not a big Daryl fan, but they did him better, and now I guess he's going off to live as a hermit. That's what he's been doing.
I guess so.
Which, I mean,
Yeah.
That's the perfect thing for his character.
Yeah.
But at least he's not the focus. That's why I'm glad they brought Judith up, because now she's the focus.
So now there's a 6-year time jump, and Judith is
A
fucking
badass
now.
And the dude from Fantastic Beasts bringing it back around. He's in there.
Yep.
But
Whispers are starting to come in. So very cool. It's kind of it's a total change that I think The Walking Dead desperately needed.
Yeah.
Like this Rick moving, ending. That's the end of The Walking Dead, and now they are practically starting over.
Yeah.
I think that's just what they need. I haven't watched the most recent episodes yet. I'm waiting for. I'll probably watch them next weekend. I'll just watch all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly, because that's what I ended up doing to get ready for this one. I just watched 3 and 4, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to roll.
Also, another really cool note. This is one of the things I did watch the Talking Dead episode. I went on demand and watched it. Mm-hmm. The song that they play when he's in the helicopter is the credits song they played on the very first episode of the show, and I'm like, that's cool. There's so many homages to the first episode specifically.
I think there's some good directions that they can go post Rick. It will be interesting to see how many people stick around, because this show has been bleeding viewers.
Oh God, it's
like drastically. Like they're down to like 4 million when just season 7's premiere was at 17 million. That's crazy. And then even through season 7, they were averaging 12, 13, 14 million. Then last season it dipped even further, but they were still at like 8, 9, 10 million people every episode. Now they're down to 4 or 5. Ooh. It's like, but that's the problem. The show has gone on so long. I mean, we've talked about this so many times, but it's gone on so long with no end game.
Yeah.
They need an end game, but this fresh start could potentially bring a lot of people back in, because I've genuinely seen a lot of excitement over it. So, anyways, AMC has announced that Rick Grimes and Andrew Lincoln will be in 3 AMC original films.
They say at least 3 AMC original films.
So, basically, I think the big reason why Andrew Lincoln wanted to leave the show is so he didn't have to be away from his family so long filming. Because he's kind of the main character. He's going to be in a lot of this stuff. So what he wanted to do, I guess, is still be connected to it, but not have to be away so long. And this is a way that they can tell more Rick Grimes' story. And, it's kind of good for both, I guess.
They're also expanding the universe in a way. This is their way of... I mean, apparently there's all kinds of plans for, like, mini web series and specials and, these movies. I saw a thing that, like, apparently there was the possibility that he could have died in season 8. That they filmed 3 different endings to season 8. The one that happened, the one where Rick dies, like we had the shot of him bleeding out against a tree, and then one with the helicopter just happening in season 8. And I'm like,
interesting.
But Andrew Lincoln in like the Talking Dead interview was like, yeah, but maybe killing all the Grimes in one season might not have been the best idea. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you just killed Coral, so
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested in what these can be.
They're TV. Sure. They're not. I was wondering, and I did find this stuff. They're TV. They're not theatrical releases, which makes sense. But
which sucks. Which means there will be commercials during them.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But either way, I'm interested in what these stories could be. I like Andrew Lincoln. I think he's a fine actor. He's great in that role. And where do you think he went? Where's that helicopter take them?
I mean, it's got to be somewhere not...
What is an A and what is a B?
I would probably maybe... the Northeast, maybe?
Maybe. I've read that it might be some government thing, and they're trying to find a cure.
I do think it's like... I think when they were saying it's an A or a B, I think an A is an infected person. That's why she put the walker up to Gabriel, so that they have an infected person, someone who got bit, that they can test and do stuff with. But but then instead they got Rick.
I got you, because she did change what it was. She's like, no, I gotta be.
That was my brain. So I was like, I mean, if I think it's obvious that it's either military or government, just because of the helicopter. But yeah, I mean, I would say like Northeast, somewhere cold. They haven't gone anywhere cold yet.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. And then maybe, like, Rick becomes some leader there and to find a cure and rebuild society. He's a bigger leader than what he was.
It's also, I mean, and this is out there because, and it depends on the whole time frame of these movies. I don't think he'll ever come back to the show.
No.
But do you think there would ever... I can maybe see it for like a point where, at least in the movies, he shows up.
Maybe.
Back in Alexandria again, and there's like a thing, and then, you know, that's where his story ends. Is it kind of you know, in this movie arc, if they do 3, the third movie, it ends with him back at like Alexandria for just like one big thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it makes me go like,
cool.
Interesting.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the comics are also not like the comics are also slightly dipping a little bit. So I hear. So I'm like, oof, it's just kind of happening everywhere.
Yeah. I agree. And apparently the 4th season of Fear the Walking Dead was not that great, whereas the 3rd season, they did a lot of good. Cat wants his shoes.
Yeah, the cat's sticking his head in my shoes, but it's alright.
Yeah, so. Lots of Walking Dead.
Yeah, there's also, I mean, there's the other AMC.
Yeah.
Which is...
They're making a Breaking Bad film. I'm a very interesting in different minds of this, of like... The ending to Breaking Bad is so fucking incredible. It's like the ending to The Last of Us, you know? It's like they could never make another one of these, and I'm okay with that because the ending is good. Now, apparently what this is going to be focused on is Jesse, and yeah. It literally, the description is an escaped man trying to find his freedom. Or captured man who escaped and tried to get his freedom, and that is lines up with exactly where he was at the end, without spoiling anything, because I know you're watching it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, yeah. I know that like a lot of people are just kind of the same thing, and you know, so I'm just kind of like, you know, what do you do?
If Vince Gillian is involved with this, which I believe he is, then it will be good.
Yeah.
If he's not, then I'm a little worried. Because he obviously writes and is very heavily involved with Better Call Saul, and that show's fucking phenomenal. And the last season of that show was great too, and Breaking Bad was obviously phenomenal. So if he's involved with it, it will be good. So, yeah, looking forward to that. MC, some interesting stuff.
I mean, I'm surprised it took this long. I was honestly surprised that they haven't done a Walking Dead movie up until this point. I was thinking during the height of this show, they'd be, you know, all about it. But, you know, it's whatevers, I guess.
Agreed. Alrighty. Let's talk about... Yeah, let's just stick with movie.
Just finish up the movie stuff.
Yeah, we got a trailer for Detective Pikachu. Wow.
There is a morbid curiosity growing in me for this movie. It's Deadpool as Pikachu.
Practically.
Put down the stapler or I'll zap you with my butt. That is 100% a Deadpool line.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu it's a live action movie with like animated Pokemon in it. The Pokemon look very scary, some of them. You know, not that they're going for a horror vibe or anything, but they're way more dramatic than I thought they were going to be. This has no right to look this good at all, because they announced they were making a Detective Pikachu movie and Ryan Reynolds is going to be out. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? And now it's this. I'm like, okay, I might be down for this.
Yeah, there's just like the one thing that kind of looks weird about it is that it seems like it's all grimdark. Like, you know, it's somebody trying to make Pokemon edgy, which, I mean, sure, why not? And there's just like a couple of things. This is just a minor thing I wanted to get out there. Jigglypuff does not have fur. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's not how it happens. I'm just like, I saw it, I'm like, no. It's like, but, I mean, I'm interested because I'm also waiting for the jokes in Deadpool 3 about Ryan Reynolds voicing Detective Pikachu. It's gonna happen. I mean, if Deadpool 3 ever happens, but you know, so
I'm looking forward to this for sure. I mean, this has potential to be the best video game movie of all time, which never would have thought. Just by its looks, like it honestly looks very fucking good.
Yeah.
And then my only thing is from the trailer is it's just so hard to detach Ryan Reynolds. You know, I felt like that with God, it was one of the animated movies we saw recently, where I just could not detach.
Oh, it was Bob Odenkirk in The Incredibles 2. I remember you saying it.
Yeah, I just could not detach that voice from the character.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and to think that that's the character.
That's Pikachu. It's not Deadpool or Ryan Reynolds.
Like this is Pikachu, and this is a different character, and it just feels a little bit just like Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool in a recording booth.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's not going to be as vulgar as Deadpool is or anything like that, but, you know, it's going to have that goofiness to it, which I think is a good way to go with it, but it's just a little hard to detach that stuff. But
100%. I agree.
Looking forward to it. I think May is when that comes out. Next year's stacked for movies. Did not know they're remaking Child's Play. Did you know that?
Oh,
Chucky?
Yeah, right. They are doing that.
Did not know that. I wonder if that will be as good as the new Halloween.
Who knows? I mean, the first Child's Play is a it's. I hope it's a little bit more, I hope it's more like the second one, because here's the thing. The thing about the first Child's Play is that you don't especially if you go in cold, you don't know it's Chucky. Just go full out and you know it's Chucky.
Yeah.
I mean, also that's kind of weird because apparently Cult of Chucky was really good, and there's supposed to be a sequel to that at some point. I mean, it definitely sequel baits. It sequel baits hard, but yeah, cool shit.
So speaking of movies really quick, won't elaborate too much on them. I saw Baywatch from last year.
Is it getting
I saw the movie.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking atrocious. I thought that movie was going to be funny. It's not even funny.
It's not even funny.
It is nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. Like, it's just total disaster the whole time. Oof. I mean, The Rock is fine in it. Alexander Daddario is good in it. Zac Efron. Can't stand that guy.
He's good in some things.
I'm okay.
He's good in some things.
Yeah, did not really dig that. We ended up watching, just ripping the fucking Band-Aid off, finishing the best trilogy of all time, 50 Shades of Freed.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That movie's fucking atrocious too, but I would much rather watch that than Baywatch.
I watched Truth or Dare, the Blumhouse movie that came out.
How's that?
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
We're all watching bad movies.
But it's bad in like an entertaining way. Like, it's not boring bad, because that's the worst thing it could have been. It's not like a...
See, that's Baywatch to me. I was bored out of my mind. I could not wait for it.
Yeah, like, what's a good... Fantastic was a boring bad movie. That King Arthur movie was a boring bad movie. Like, at least it's like... I watched the unrated version, which adds a whole minute to it, but but it gets gorier. So, I mean, it's got that going for it, but I'm just like... I mean, the movie's PG-13, but I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It looks cheap. Which I get. That's like Blumhouse's like whole thing. Like Halloween looks good because they actually put money into that. But Blumhouse, they'll get like money for like one big budget horror movie and then make 10 with that budget, and it's like, and that's why like they're okay. You know, that's why the Purge movies don't ever have great effects either. You know what I mean? Like, but.
50 Shades of Freed is bad, but in a funny way. Like, it's awful. And, like, the best part of the movie is, you know, for some fucking reason, this guy's a total asshole, yet she marries him. Right. And she doesn't want to change her last name. So
she doesn't want to be Gray?
Yeah, she's at work, and he is trying to email her.
Oh, God.
And at the Gray address. And it's Steele. Anastasia Steele, right? Uh-huh. And he just barges into her office and they get into an argument over a fucking email address. I'm not joking. It was like... Oh, it was awful. It was so bad. So bad.
That sounds great.
And then, for some reason, she starts driving this Audi... And she's like this incredible sports car driver, just fucking going so fast. And then they finally lose these guys that were chasing them. And I shit you not, what do you think they did right when they stopped?
They fucked.
Yes. So it's like, no, this is so bad, but I'm just laughing at it.
I mean, it's a movie series. It's based off of Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be. I mean,
there's
so
a lot of fucking.
It's
so
that
awful.
sounds great. I've never seen one of those movies, but just hearing that description, I kind of want to watch all of them now.
If you want to watch something that is just so fucking bad that you're laughing at it, those movies they're good for that. Anyways, video games. Microsoft had an XO18 fan event in Mexico City. They announced some things, nothing too major, but we will run down some of it quickly. Microsoft, they got a lot of money. They're buying 2 new studios. They're buying In Exile Entertainment, which is known for Bard's Tale, Wasteland, RPGs like that. And they're buying Obsidian Entertainment,
which is the one that they're rumored for a while.
Correct.
To be doing.
So Obsidian has made South Park: The Stick of Truth, Fallout New Vegas, Pillars of Eternity,
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. A lot of games like that. A lot of really big, important role-playing games. So that could be very cool.
They're just like knocking out. Because I mean, what? There was the one new studio has people from Rockstar and Sony Santa Monica, and it's just
Initiative.
Like Initiative. Plus the other 5 that they announced that they bought.
They have 13 studios now.
Everybody's ramping up.
They are. I mean, Xbox is totally setting themselves up for an incredible next generation.
For an incredible first
Restart.
couple years of the gen. Like you'll probably get I'd say at least 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then a couple other ones.
So there's a few things with these acquisitions. One, Obsidian and In Exile make practically the same game. They make these super deep RPGs that take forever to play, and they play very similar like. So I wonder how they're going to work that out. You know, who makes what? Maybe and maybe with the resources from Microsoft, Obsidian makes something like a Fallout New Vegas or Star Wars Not Sailor Rock. You know, something big like that. Maybe In Exile continues doing what they're doing. They did mention that they will be making Xbox exclusives, but both of these companies are very PC focused, and that's something Microsoft wants to get more into, of making games just for PC and Windows 10 Store and all this shit. So that's another thing too. But either way, I think they're good gets. But like I said, they're kind of the same company. Like I would have liked to maybe see Obsidian. I get Obsidian's a big name, and I'm not saying In Exile isn't. They've made a lot of important RPGs, but maybe a little bit something more diverse. But we'll see. Who knows how they're going to manage.
Don't worry. When Anthem fails and EA shuts down BioWare, a lot of people need jobs in the 14th studio.
Do it.
14th studio. Where they can't make Mass Effect or Dragon Age, but
fuck it. Get 2 more studios rounded out of 15. Then be done with it.
Reapproach Bungie and be like, come on. Come on.
With Activision not being happy over Destiny 2 Forsaken.
Maybe.
Who knows at that point? Maybe.
Maybe it could be.
I doubt it, but how fucking huge would that be? Again, that would just be weird. Which, also, fuck Activision. Just saying that.
Also, I was going to say this earlier, but I remember. But, log into Destiny 2, but before the 20-something, 21st, whenever, I forget what day it is, because there's a quest that started towards the end of the festival. Get Thunderlord. I got that thing.
Oh, so it was easy to get?
Yeah, all you got to do, the first step is find 10 legendary engrams, which you could also just buy them all from the Cryptarch.
Okay.
Or defeat high-level Fallen. Then you have to do the 3 lost sectors that are in the first landing zone in the EDZ, plus 1 in the next area. And then you do a mission. And I don't want to spoil it, because it's pretty alright. It takes you somewhere. And it's
new location?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
I don't want to say.
All right. Cool.
It's just like a little nifty, cool thing. So I'm like, awesome.
Yeah,
but then you get Thunderlord, which is apparently better because now it causes lightning to come down from the sky. And I'm like, also, it's broken in the Crucible.
Really?
You get 51 shots
Oh,
for a heavy
shit.
ammo thing,
Holy
which
shit.
is too much.
Wow. That's pretty broken. Anyways,
But, yeah.
Crackdown 3 gets a release date.
Yay.
February 15th. And it's a...
Isn't that that's like a...
It's a Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's a Tuesday.
So, and then there's also a new multiplayer mode called Wrecking Zone for that.
Got a
So we'll see.
record.
Games Pass got 16 new games. Let's see if I can pull that up too. Let's see here. PUBG is on there now. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, when that comes out. Kingdom: Two Crowns, Aftercharge, Supermarket Shriek, Void Bastards, Pathologic 2, Secret Neighbor, The Good Life, Thief of Thieves, Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden, MXGP3, Agents of Mayhem, and Thomas Was Alone are all coming to Games Pass.
Yeah, dude, Ori. I'll have to,
Some good
I'll have
ones
to hop
there.
on that. I'll have to hop on Ori, definitely.
Ori and the Blind Forest is incredible. The second Ori coming to Games Pass, I don't think...
I think anybody should be surprised
That's a
by
first-party title.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Of course it's coming.
Yeah. So there's that. Obviously, I think Crackdown will be on there when that launches. So Games Pass,
Yeah, Games
awesome.
Pass. Games
Continuing the value, and it's like I think of it of like
Pass. I need to play more on my
Yeah.
Xbox. I haven't
Well,
played it. I haven't played it all that much.
mine's unplugged because it won't stop coming on. Like it just keeps turning on by itself. I have no clue why.
Mine's done that a few times.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna turn you off. I'll plug you
just
back in
plug-
when I need to.
plug it back
But yeah, Games Pass growing in value. Like I think of it of like, to me, it's what if Netflix made their own content, but you had to buy it on Blu-ray to play it, or buy it outright digitally. You know what I mean? Instead, you just buy into their subscription service and you get access to all Netflix's shows. It's the same fucking thing.
I think that's that is the
Microsoft
smart way
has
to go.
these exclusives, and especially the way that they're setting themselves up. Games Pass might be the way to go with Xbox games. What's the point?
I'm telling you, next gen. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
is just get Games Pass and just have access to all the games media. Now, granted, no offense though, which I think it's definitely, they've said it's going to be a thing going forward. But I mean, Games Pass future consoles will live and die by backwards compatibility.
100%.
I mean, if it comes out and you can't play Xbox One games on whatever the next one is, it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
At least not for like a year or two.
Yeah, I would agree. Keyboard and mouse support's coming to Xbox One with a bunch of games, most notably Fortnite. Sure. All 3 Final Fantasy 13 games are backwards compatible. Sea of Thieves is getting an arena PvP mode.
Cool.
Fighting some boats, that could be cool.
Dante's Inferno is going to be on Games Pass. I think it's actually here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, there was a new Just Cause 4 trailer. Forza Horizon 4 is getting a brand new expansion called Fortune Island, which will be a whole new island to do shit on, weather system, all sorts of stuff. So looking forward to that, and it looked cool. Devil May Cry 5, they revealed like a new practice mode and then a bunch of new weapons for that.
Also, a new, like they're doing anime for it. I think sort of similar to Castlevania. They came out today.
Yeah,
and they might even share a universe, which would be cool.
I guess that means because
it's Capcom, or I don't think Castlevania is Capcom, but
I couldn't find if it was a Netflix show.
Castlevania is,
but I couldn't find if this Devil May Cry show was.
It might be. Who knows?
Jump Force shows off some Super Saiyan characters.
Super Saiyan, Vegeta and Golden Frieza,
Yeah, and then there was a Winnie the Pooh Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
There's so many trailers. I think they've like Tetsuya Nomura said they still have like a bunch of trailers to come. Basically, as long as there's still worlds to reveal, he's going to keep putting out trailers. I mean, it was cool. There's one funny moment in that trailer that I was laughing at with what's his face, Hayner, gonna go kick somebody, just jump and flying kicks. I mean, granted, it's they had to. Not the biggest fan of the new Master Xehanort voice actor. I mean, since Leonard Nimoy passed away, he can't do the voice anymore. So, but
yeah, I missed that trailer. I did not get to watch it. So
he's pretty alright. I mean, it's just like it shows the Winnie the Pooh stuff, which is very meh, and then a couple other things. I don't know if it was revealed before, but you put your boys back, Demix, Dance Water Dance, he back, or at least he's in the game to some extent. And I thought that was funny.
hate that fucking guy. Anyways, yeah. So that's XO18 neat event. I would say the one missed opportunity for them there was to not show anything from Gears of War 5. Because they said that's a 2019 game, just something.
You should have had something. I mean, didn't they show
Halo,
off,
I understand,
they showed off the Gears Pop thing? I think they did. Well, gameplay for Gears Pop is showing up online, like IGN. I know. I just didn't know if it came from that or not.
Yeah. But, hopefully Microsoft continues these events and announces cool things, kind of like their PSX. Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Now for the big video game news story of the week. Sony. Well, yeah. Sony is skipping E3 2019.
For the first time in like 27 years?
24 years.
24. Okay, I knew it was something like that.
Also, just to back up really fast, just throw it out there. Another rumor that came out today for Xbox is that they're going to be releasing a disc-less console. No disc in it. No disc drive. Next year, and it will be $200 or less.
Oh, you mean like, was it like for like the Xbox One?
Yeah, for the Xbox One now.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
For
I can see that.
Xbox One S.
Why not?
So.
Do it with this and
Exactly.
and just tease the idea, and then I think people are ready for that kind of thing now. I mean, they're definitely a lot more ready than they were 5 years ago.
Yeah, and apparently they're debating on what to do with disc drives for Scarlet right now. Do they have two versions? A streaming version or a digital version, and then a disc version. If you want that.
I mean, you could probably maybe put. I'd say I could easily see them doing like a thing where it's like first couple waves have discs, but then it'd be like because you can get like an external disc drive for like laptops. Is you can buy an external disc drive for your Xbox, whatever they end up Xbox 2.
Then the last thing with that, which I think is pretty cool, I don't think it would work for say GameStop, but they're thinking about potentially doing a trade-in program to digital. So if I have Titanfall 2, I have a disc version of that. I want the digital version, but I don't want to trade in my copy of it and then buy it on Xbox again because now I have to buy the game again. I would just take my disc, trade it in, they'd give me a code that then I can just, I guess, re-download the game or whatever, and now I have it digitally. If you wanted it that way, if you wanted to get rid of all your games and go all digital, you can do that.
I think it could work. It's just that they probably work it so that at least. I mean, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I don't see GameStop participating in something like that.
I mean, unless there was some kind of thing where GameStop still gets a little bit of money for every disc that you get, but then it's.
But maybe GameStop would, because then they can get that disc and give you nothing for it, and then turn around and sell it to somebody.
Yeah,
maybe. Who knows? Anyways, Sony skipping E3 in 2019. In the world of video games, this is huge. A big deal.
It's big. About yay big.
Yeah. This is massive fucking news to me because E3, the biggest gaming event of the year, and Sony's conference is always potentially the biggest one. Last year, definitely not, but they took a different approach to it. But, that Monday night, you're sitting there for us, 9 o'clock's rolling around. It's like, what the fuck's Sony going to do? And then, 11 o'clock, you're hyped and you can't go to sleep because you just couldn't believe everything that was announced, sort of things. Like, they've always had incredible E3 shows over the past 5-6 years. And now they're not even going to be there. They're not even participating in it. It's not that they're not doing a conference. They're not going to be there at the show. They're not doing their own event around E3 time, like, say, an EA Play or what Microsoft's done. Nothing. they gave out a very corporate thing. As the industry evolves, Sony Interactive Entertainment continues to look for inventive opportunities to engage the community. PlayStation fans mean the world to us, and we always want to innovate, think differently, and experiment with new ways to delight gamers. As a result, we have decided to not participate in E3 in 2019. We are exploring new and familiar ways to engage our community in 2019 and can't wait to share our plans with you. So, there's a lot with this. One, this is a massive blow to E3 as a whole.
Yeah.
E3's it's certainly changed over the years. Its importance has died down a little bit just because of these companies having their own, like Nintendo doing their directs, Sony having PSX, EA Play, publishers literally pulling out of it, not being associated with the ESA for this thing, and all that. And also, spreading it out. Microsoft going from Monday to Sunday. They don't want to compete with Sony that day. They want to control the message and have the spotlight for a certain amount of time. That's another part of it. E3's just changed a lot. So this is just a huge thing for just the show, period. Because now, PlayStation's not going to have anything there. So, it's a massive draw to the show that isn't there anymore.
Yeah, I wonder if I understand E3 is definitely changing and it's somewhat dropped in terms of in terms of things like that, but I mean it just feels weird. Dude, just pull the Nintendo. Or just what, screw it. Even if say E3 would have somehow disappeared, just have everybody. Just keep the you know what I mean? It's kind of like this is just when we announce stuff. Or, granted, if everybody had conferences, because that's the only thing is that Nintendo Directs are fun, but then they don't you don't get a lot most of the time in a Nintendo Direct. You know what I mean? Depending on the Direct.
Depends what you're looking for.
Yeah, I guess so, because the most recent was an All Smash Direct or something, and it's that's cool, but it's whereas that's the only thing that's going to suck, is it's like I said, because there's nothing like E3 where it's just all right.
Yeah. Also, that Monday of E3,
it's not just Ubisoft.
It's just Ubisoft now.
Unless somebody decides, well, I guess we can move back in.
And I don't know who that would be, but
Square Enix, they can put out trailers for a second time again, like they did this past year.
Mm-hmm. That Monday was Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, Sony. Bam, 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 bam. It was the best fucking time, Even when it moved to just to Sundays, that was cool. 2 days. It's a 2-day thing, and then you just kind of wake up a little bit and watch Nintendo on Tuesday. And then EA decides to waste your fucking life on a Saturday.
Which I've not watched their stuff live at any point whenever they've done a Saturday.
I'm at the point where I'm I don't want to, but I usually end up doing it.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's some other things with this of they didn't do PSX this year because they said they just don't have enough to show.
Could that potentially maybe? That could be.
I don't know.
Is it a next gen thing? Is it look, we're still...
That's another thing. Do they not for
is this
theoretical? Maybe they are planning. Like I said, it's theoretical. Maybe they're planning to have an event next year to reveal the future of PlayStation, their next box, whatever. Maybe they don't want to, have E3 and that compete with each other. Mm-hmm. They just want to have one big mega fucking event at some point next year, and here you go. Maybe that's PSX. Maybe it's its own thing. I don't know. So there's that, or they just don't have enough to show. The only games that we really know that they're working on is The Last of Us Part 2, Death Stranding, and Ghost of Tsushima.
I wondered, if, and again, and I immediately thought this too when I saw the very corporate statement. I was like, yeah, sure, I could buy it, but also it's no company is gonna go right on and just be yeah, we're not at E3 because we got nothing.
Yeah,
we've got nothing new to show you.
Yeah,
we don't have any games that are gonna actually come out.
And they pretty much said that for PSX, but they spun it of we don't have enough to put on a whole show, and we don't want to hype anybody up just to disappoint them. That's probably the way you say that, but for E3, it's just different because E3 is nothing but hype.
It's also this. I mean, granted, this is also just like a weird thing. If it's like, I doubt because I was always like Last of Us next year.
Yeah,
I don't even know if that's a thing.
I don't know
if it's like if they're not hyping it at PSX and they're not hyping it at E3. When the fuck is that game going to come out? When are they going to hype it?
Besides Dreams and Days Gone, which we know are coming out next year, I really don't know what's happening next year for Sony, and that's weird.
Then again, well, no, Microsoft does have. What is it? I mean, they have at the very least they have Crackdown and then
Gears 5.
Gears 5.
They said that's
but at least Gears 5 will most definitely be holiday.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, where at least Dreams is coming out first half, right?
Or have they not even said that? They haven't said. They just said it's definitely 2019, and Days Gone is in April.
And also, no offense, I don't know if I'd put Dreams on the same level as either of those two games.
Well, they also, and it's not a big, massive thing either, but they do have that Medieval remake. It's supposed to come out next year. That's another thing, but anyways, like I could see one of those titles maybe slipping out, but I don't know. Do you think we'll see anything from those three at the Game Awards in, 3 weeks? I think we definitely see Death Stranding because Hideo Kojima and Jeff Keighley just jerk each other off all day.
I was always thinking,
I could also maybe see The Last of Us.
I forgot about the Game Awards, so, I mean, I think definitely not Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think we're going to see much of that game for a while.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a PS5. I mean, they're all. Maybe the only one that might be a PS4 game. Actually, I could honestly see The Last of Us Part 2 being coming out now in like the time frame where it's like it comes out. It's out on both the PlayStation 4 and the 5. That way, they can maximize their thing. You want to buy the new console, you can get it for the new console. You want to just get it on the PS4, go for it. Yeah, I'd say you probably see Death Stranding. I'd like to see. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. Sony's in an interesting spot because they're still selling. They're still the dominant console, especially after this year with such high quality exclusive titles. Three of the best games this year have all been just on PlayStation. It's crazy. Like it's them, and also in a way saying like we don't need E3. We don't need to compete with these people anymore.
Careful with those thoughts. Microsoft thought the same thing.
Right, as that broke, Microsoft came out and was like, dude, we'll be at E3 and we can't fucking wait for it. But now it's an interesting thing because Microsoft's been getting all these new studios. Who knows what we'll see because they probably need time to work on shit. But, Microsoft killed it this past year. And they had so many games. And now Sony's not there. This is an incredible shot that Microsoft could take, and now they're getting all those third-party games potentially that they would compete with Sony to get on their stage.
It's
too.
Also
it's crazy.
I mean, I get it, like in the long run with this whole not showing up at E3 thing, but like a lot of stuff that I've been like saying Sony needs to watch them. That I've been kind of thinking like Sony needs to watch themselves. They're kind of falling down this path that like kind of Microsoft did. In the beginning and the last time. I mean, they're not at E3. But like, that could seem like a sort of anti... It could be... I know it's not, but it could be almost perceived as like this almost anti-consumer thing. It's like, we don't care. We're about making money. You know what I mean? Whereas Microsoft's like... You guys want games at E3? Because that's what the public wants.
Yeah.
Like you want games at E3, boom, you get games at E3. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's another image thing.
If obviously they're a big corporation, all they really care about is money. But E3 is an incredible hype and advertising tool for that stuff.
Yeah, it's like.
But at the same time, there's so much competition around E3.
Yeah.
Where they could create their own hype train, just on their own.
Yeah.
At some random fucking day in August. Who cares?
Yeah. I just thought. I mean, yeah, they could. I just think it's like it's the perception. Mm-hmm. I mean, Microsoft's like, well, we know you guys like it when we like E3, so here, games E3.
It makes me sad. And typically I have always past few years have taken off that Monday of E3, and now I'm like,
is it worth it? Cause just to watch Ubisoft?
I still might just cause have a day off.
Also, I mean, depending on how late Bethesda goes on, you might need it.
Who knows?
Also,
Who knows?
Depending on how much fun is had the day before. Yeah, who knows? But
yeah, that's true. All right, let's talk about some music here. Skedaddle. There's mostly one really big story that I want to talk about at some point.
Let's put music down.
Yeah, let's just go over a few tours and albums that have been talked about and announced here really quick. Born of Osiris is going to put out their new album, The Simulation, January 11th. They put out a new song today called The Cursed. It's all right, but hey, more Born of Osiris if you want that. Death metal band Malevolent Creation is going to put out a new album called The 13th Beast, January 18th of next year. Malevolent Creation's been around for a while. So, if you're digging that, go for it. Amorphous and Delane are touring together. Get some Finnish melodic metal and some power metal in there.
Yeah.
The Decibel Magazine Tour 2019 consists of Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Immolation, Necrot, and Blood Incantation. That's pretty fucking hard.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's cool. Looking forward to that. Swallow the Sun is a band that I absolutely adore. It's going to put out When a Shadow is Forced into Light, January 25th. Their last album was a triple album. It was fucking awesome. This one's not a triple album. That's okay. Hypocrisy, Flesh God Apocalypse, and Animus are touring together. If you're down for that, see what some of that new Flesh God sounds like. Some point next year, Seven Dust, Tremonti, Cane Hill, Lulwater, and Kira are touring together. Seven Dust and Tremonti, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Why not? And let's see here. Iron Maiden.
They're doing another...
It's coming back next summer.
Legacy of the Beast? What was it?
Yep.
Something like that? Something Legacy of
the Beast tour. Next summer in the United States and Canada. Basically, it's another one of those throwback tours. Very much looking forward to attending that.
Yeah.
July 30th.
Is it just them? Or they've announced anybody who's touring with them again? Or
a band called The Raven Age. I have been listening to some of their stuff, and they're pretty good. I believe it's either the guitar player or the singer. I think it's the guitar player is the son of Steve Harris.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, look forward to that. Iron Maiden's always a damn good time. And the police are investigating Oili Herbert's death. Oili Herbert, the guitarist of All That Remains that passed away. They're investigating his death further as suspicious.
Oh, okay.
There's been a lot of weird things that have come out about this. So, back up, when he was reported he passed away, he was found face down, dead in a pond in his backyard.
Okay.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
It has come out from his toxicology report that he had, what was it? Antidepressants and sleeping aids in his system at the same time.
Okay.
Which apparently made him different.
Yeah.
That was a thing. But what's been strange about this is yeah. So his wife has taken over a fan page, Facebook fan page, and this is how she posted that this is what happened to Oili Herbert. She said, "Good morning, everyone, this is Beth. And it indeed is a good morning. Toxicology results are back in the official as is the official cause of my husband's death! Exclamation point. That's bizarre. I mean, I'm not outright saying she was involved with anything. I don't want to accuse anybody of that. That's not how you would say it. My husband died.
I mean,
it's bizarre.
Okay, slight benefit of the doubt thing that I'll give her there. You know, she's probably, if it's anything, she might be happy that somebody didn't kill him. If you know what I mean? If for whatever reason she feels the toxicology report says, hey, you know?
Yep.
But that's still just a weird sentiment to post.
Yeah. So she reported him missing when he was then found dead in the pond in their backyard. Yeah. So one of the drugs has an hallucinogenic effect and also restlessness. Ollie kept wanting to go outside that night before he disappeared and kept walking towards the pond, which is a pitch black part of our property as well as very slippery. Add to that the fact that it was raining that evening. Apparently he left the house after I went to bed, so I couldn't stop him and bring him back inside. That's what she said.
Okay.
In our report. She
said, okay.
But there's also these conversations that have come out that the two have not been getting along with each other, potentially want a divorce. And she's just posted some very strange stuff. There's been some people saying that, like, yeah, I've talked to Ollie in person, we were good friends, and he said this, and things were not great between the two. Now, this gets down into a conspiracy theory rabbit hole. I'm not saying I believe any of this stuff.
Okay.
But I'm just putting this out there. Let's see. After Ollie passed away, she texted or posted something and said this, "Say cheese, honey," which is a picture of the pond in their backyard. Now, that was after they passed away, apparently.
Oh.
So, that's a little strange.
Oof.
I believe that has been removed.
I would hope so. That does not look good.
Yeah. Yesterday morning, they were both removed. Now, let's get conspiracy theory area here. But she posted back in August of, does anyone know of any place that rents brush clearing equipment that cuts through stems about an inch or two thick? I don't want to buy it. I just need to rent something for a few days, I guess, to clear some bushes in their backyard or some shit. Again, very conspiracy theory there.
Okay.
And then she posted a picture of just a path that they have cut back to that pond. And then this is bizarre too. This thing, even more damning, they purported that said friend used her notary license to help Beth change Ollie's will illegally just a week before he died. And there's a screenshot of them. So
get your tinfoil hats ready.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of conspiracy theory stuff there, but his death is strange.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
maybe what she was saying is true. He had these things in his system. He was being weird, and he ended up out there. She was sleeping, unaware of that. That could potentially be a thing. Maybe something else happened. Who the fuck knows? But police are investigating that. I'm sure we'll
find out about that.
Learn more about that. Anyways, let's get to the last thing of this big fat meaty week breakdown, because this is a banger to end on.
This is gonna get super good. I'm so excited to talk about this.
There is a Los Angeles band called Threatin, accused of faking fans' likes, ticket sales amid disastrous European and UK tour. Alright, there is so much to go into this. So, there's this band from LA. They have booked a UK tour, and basically somehow they got all the ticket sales to be faked, Facebook likes, YouTube views, all of this crazy shit. They went even further to build a website for their record label that doesn't exist. It's totally fake. They built a website for it, made up bands for that website. They their booking agency is fake. Everything is fake, practically.
I didn't know all that.
They
all that
they
extra
do
stuff.
have music that is not faked.
Okay, yeah.
There are band members. It's just this guy. His name is Joseph Threatin, I believe. Like Threatin is his last name. Jared Threatin. That's it. So it's his band. I think he makes all the music, but he does have band members to play live with him.
Mm-hmm.
None of these band members knew about any of this shit. They thought they were going to the UK to tour, and the ticket sales. These clubs were saying that they had like 200 pre-sales. They were expecting a full night's show, pretty much. Work for their staff, sound guy, bar, everything. Now, these guys paid all their upfront cost, so they're not faking that. Like, they legitimately booked the venue, paid whatever upfront fees they had to pay, and then all of a sudden they got there, and they had 200 pre-sales supposedly, but 3 people show up. Or hardly anybody shows up, and all those people that showed up were for the opening bands that had to sell tickets. So then things just started to spiral out of control.
Yeah.
And this is just really blown up into just a unbelievably crazy story. I think this is by far the craziest story in metal in years.
Yeah.
There is so much shit and money wasted just to go to the UK to basically rehearse in real venues.
Yeah, it's just like you
fuck?
sent the article to us, and I was like, wait, and then even now, like a couple of the details, like about the record label and the other bands, I did not know that. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Like, why? What's the point? Like, were they just kind of hoping that like the venue would promote the shows a little bit and hopefully get people there? And then, but even then, you paid money.
Yeah.
Like, so also for those pre-sale tickets, the money had to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like the 200, man, and it's a tour, so there's multiple nights of that. Then a couple venues kick them out or cancel the show or something.
Yep.
I know I saw a bunch of that. Like, oh yeah, if you were one of 2 people that bought a ticket, you get in for free. You'll get reimbursed.
Yep. So on their Facebook page, one of the venues that they booked, called the Underworld Camden, literally went at them on Facebook and said, "What happened to the 291 advanced ticket sales your agent said you'd sold? 3 people turned up." Jesus Christ.
Oof. Yeah, my favorite one is the one that said, we'll reimburse you for your ticket so both of you can get your money back. Yeah. I'm like, that's, ooh, damn.
Yep.
Social media, man, is great for this kind of thing. But, God.
So, Jared Threatin then ended up posting something. Where is this?
I haven't seen this. Oh, yes.
He said, "What is fake news? I turned an empty room into an international headline. If you're reading this, you were part of the illusion."
He's not wrong, but is it worth it? I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Man.
Apparently his brother has said something that they distance themselves from Jared.
This is a dumb thing. Why? Like, just...
They used to be in a band together, and it just didn't work out. That's and all sorts of stuff, and just getting strange shit. And I mean, that would be like us booking. I just couldn't imagine like us being like, let's do this shit, and we somehow get all this shit faked and book all this stuff and pay all this money for nothing. Now, don't get me wrong, dude's getting a shitload of publicity out of this, but I don't think it's going to turn into anything good, and he's going to be like an actual touring band now. You know what I mean?
He might get a couple of...
People aren't going to trust the fucking guy.
He'll get some extra fans, because people obviously now are going to check the band out. They're like, oh, let's listen to their music. And if they, so he's bound to get some, but it's not going to be like en masse.
No.
It's not like Because I mean, I have not listened to Threatin since
I
heard
have to
about
show
this.
you. I only listened to the one song there's a music video for. It's called "Lying Is Dying," and I couldn't stand it. It wasn't really that good, but I put it in the loot box because it deserves to be
Gotcha.
there. But just trying to find this thing, but it's unbelievable. It truly is. I mean, I urge everybody to just go and read this story because it's just fucking nuts. Maybe I'll just pull that up and see if there's any other things really quick in that article I sent you guys.
Yeah. I mean,
their Wikipedia bio was faked. There's a fake fan club that was faked.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oof.
Crazy. It's just crazy.
I love all of this. This is all really good. I still just why? That's the biggest question. I mean, sure. I mean, granted, I say that, and then there was that one video from, or not a video. There was that picture. I don't know if you've seen them online. There was like pictures of Justin Bieber eating a burrito, like sideways, like he cupped it like this, and he ate the burrito like this, and it was a fake viral video that just went nuts online. But like this, that was just like, here, let's just do this like quick thing.
Yeah.
This is like, let's put money, and it's also like a long drawn out thing, and it's like,
and you're flying from LA to the UK.
That's like a 13. No, it's more. That's probably
short.
That's probably like a 15-hour flight.
There's apparently fake live videos as well. Yeah. I've not seen them, but that's just, oh my goodness. They sold one piece of merch.
Oh. that one, just the fact that it's one is so great. I mean, it'd be really funny if they sold 0, but the fact it's 1. So what?
Yeah.
So they got a 33% hit ratio because 3 people showed up at that one show. So now it's 1.
They posted a picture of them actually playing the show, but said that it was a sound check for the gig.
At least they have a sense of humor about this. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the one part about their booking agency, record label, all that
like
shit
that's
being
like
faked.
that's
they
extra
went
nuts.
He went as far as to make legitimate, real websites for all this stuff, and then he also had like articles on this website that posted stuff about like Sabbath and Megadeth and like big bands. Like this website was there covering metal, you know, like a Metal Injection or whatever. But he also then put articles there about Threatin to make it seem like this website was covering his band, and then the other articles about like Sabbath and stuff were totally copy pasted directly from another website, like a Philip News and IGN situation. Like it's like what? Like what kind of fantasy do you really want to live out, dude? Oh my goodness!
I'm not gonna lie. This dude's my favorite person right now.
It's unbelievable.
It's great.
It really is.
He's my favorite. You know what? Threatin should come to fucking the Chameleon Club. Yeah. I'd fucking go at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh,
look that story up. It's good. Yeah, I mean that's it. That's a hell of a show.
Yeah,
lots of good stuff to talk about. Check out our Fantastic Beast review. Some other things up on the channel.
Yeah.
And man, it's getting towards the end of the year time. Gotta start doing that stuff.
Gotta start thinking about it. I gotta start listening to albums again.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, listening.
Yeah.
See you.